off the play fake on first down. Finds the tight end. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Gonna take a shot. He's got it inside the 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Noles!
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. He's got it, and he can go with it. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2.
How about the job by this field goal blocking? They didn't take the play off. They get penetration, get their hands in the air. You never know what's going to happen. It takes a good bounce. Next thing you know, you're scooping it up. You're taking it the other way and putting 2 points on the scoreboard.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. They're going to ride this running back.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. The offense changing the play. From the gun. Makes the grab. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on 3rd down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical 3rd down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That brings them to within 1. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes. This is a gamble. He didn't find much room at all as he'll go out of bounds at the 12. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. We're at the halfway point of the season. They're sitting atop the rankings. How hard is it to maintain that focus as the season goes along?
It's really tough, and that's one thing this coaching staff's really been trying to focus on is just to take one opponent at a time, regardless of where they're ranked, regardless of where you're playing. You've got everybody's attention. You're the #1 team of the country midway through the year, David, but there are tougher challenges ahead.
Well, and it's hard to get your players' attention because you start thinking they're good. We've got to get better every week, every practice, and sometimes that #1 ranking makes you not work as hard, gets you a little bit complacent. So that's the job of this coaching staff moving forward.
Dropping back, it's DeMarco. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the 2nd drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework.
Turning it on. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. And the Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. Looking downfield on 1st down. They're working that left side. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the 1st drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that 1st down.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Looking for the goal line, and they will score. Touchdown Seminoles. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front there with physical, skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Swings it out to the flat. At the 40, there he goes. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Breaks into the open. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Well, the running back. It's going and gets ahead of steam like that, So hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got the back in the middle.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
NC State might think about going for a big one on second and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. 4th down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass will wrap up the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So first down here as they go back to work. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Lou Knowles in the hurry-up. Wants to throw. It's DeMarco. Looking left. Just a hair too much on him from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. He wants to take the top off. Snatches it on the run. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
The Seminoles are threatening on first and goal. He wants to throw it again. Lets it go to the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. They get to him as he throws. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point he was able to come away with the pick.
The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pocket breaking down. Got a man. It's Lamb. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
And there you see the arm talent by the quarterback. Throwing a curl route into zone coverage, you've got to get the ball there quickly. And you saw the cannon this QB has.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them. Yeah. He'll take a deep shot here. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. Threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision making.
Back to pass, it's DeMarco. Looking to the big tight end. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Going downfield for the big play. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
He's taking the shot. Working the middle. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
And the Knowles racing to the line in the hurry up. Back to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Touchdown, Florida State! Fired in from the red zone for the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you've got receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Fresno State came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks inside Bulldog Stadium had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas, and it appears that's the case again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Unloads it left. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Looking downfield, it's DeMarco. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Fires to the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Wide out trying to get it in. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. He wants to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, no! Quick strike through the air for the score. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
And it's a pick. No, he's out of bounds. Couldn't stay in bounds after catching the ball. It's simply an incomplete pass. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Back to pass, it's DeMarco. Fires left. Found the spot in the defense. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll keep it on the ground. Looks as if NC State has a first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll try the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
This will likely be the last play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.